Okay, cool. We just had a little problem there with the YouTube channel, but now we're live. We are live on X and the Gnosis Chain YouTube channel. Welcome, everyone. This is the Gnosis AI call. We get together once a month with AI teams building on Gnosis Chain to talk about the products that they're building and to run a demo. And today we're joined by David Galindo, co-founder of Valerie, to run a demo about Autonolas. So Autonolas is a unified network of off-chain services like automation, oracles, and co-owned AI. Autonolas offers a composable stack for building these services and a protocol for incentivizing their creation. Autonolas enables operating these services in a co-owned and decentralized way. David is going to talk about prediction markets today and AI agents on Autonolas, along with OLAS staking. OLAS is the native token of Autonolas. So a quick background on prediction markets. Prediction markets so far have been held back by the cost of human participation. It's been a big blocker, that along with liquidity. But with the advent of AI agents, that has changed. So instead of human participation, we now have agents participating in prediction markets. Gnosis originally set out to build a decentralized prediction market platform on Ethereum when we launched years ago. And prediction markets give users the ability to create markets where they can speculate on any event or arbitrary outcome. Today, OLAS agents participating in prediction markets are responsible for over 300K transactions on Gnosis Chain. That's over 10% of all safe transactions. And I think actually that stat might be slightly outdated, and those transactions are even higher on Gnosis Chain. So with that, I'll turn it over to David for a demo on Autonolas. Let me add your screen to the stage here, David, and yeah, take it away.
Thank you, John. Happy to be here doing this demo on prediction markets and prediction agents. So just giving a bit of background on what Autonolas is. We also use the name OLAS to make it easier for folks to pronounce it, which brings a nice connection with waves, because OLAS means waves in Spanish. So this is why you see these graphics here. So in OLAS, what we are doing is generating an option of autonomous AI agents. And John, as you were saying, these agents and agent economies are currently active. And actually, OLAS agents have made over close to 700K transactions, safe transactions over the lifetime of the OLAS DAO. And we are deployed in 8 blockchains, but the majority of these transactions are happening on the Gnosis chain. Now, as John was saying, we have this novelty now of having autonomous agents that, without human supervision, participate in prediction markets. And I have here a collection of the agents that all of them have been created using OLAS technology that participate in these prediction markets. So we have agents called market creators that create questions in this that will receive prediction in these markets autonomously. Then we have these trader agents that are looking to make a profit participating on those markets by making the right prediction on the questions related to those markets. Right now, these questions are just have binary answers, it's either yes or no. And in order to do this, these trader agents are helped by researcher agents that have certain intelligence about the topics of the markets. And finally, we have this last family of agents called closers that once the events related to the market have occurred in real life, then we know what the answer is, and then they close the markets. So together, you see here for families of agents, they make what we call OLAS Predict. Now, apart from this, we have this OLAS staking program that currently is incentivizing, is planned to incentivize the creation of autonomous agents economy. So that means economies made up of autonomous agents. You can see that in the previous diagram, we have different agents, and then these, for instance, the researcher agents will serve the trader agents, and then they will get money from them. So this, in the end, creates an economy where different agents have different roles. And right now, we are experimenting with staking before the DAO approves the first staking program. And what we are doing with this is to essentially incentivize people to run trader agents. If people are interested in following, in knowing more about the general concept of OLAS staking, then this website, staking.olas.network, contains a lot of information, not all the information. And in order to facilitate this staking with respect to autonomous agents, we've had this innovation called proof of active agents. That is POA, that is pronounced POWA. That is a novel economic primitive that blends together proof of stake and proof of work, and allows operators to earn yield in OLAS once the agents that they have been operating reach a certain attributed threshold. Right, so now prediction agents. These are the agents that are trading in these prediction markets. Anyone can run these agents. Actually, you go to this website that you can get here from the OLAS network website, and I believe that maybe later we will the links to all these will be shared with the community. Then you go here, says run an agent now. And then hopefully something will open. Yes, prediction agent, run agent. And then we get to this repository called Trade the Quick Start. And here, once we clone it, then the only thing that we need is an RPC endpoint to talk to Gnosis chain, because these prediction markets are built on Omen and are happening on Gnosis chain. Then an RPC endpoint to talk to Gnosis chain. Then you need some XDAI, and that's all that you need in order to be able to run your own prediction agent. If you want to participate in the staking program that currently is promoted by Valerie, then you also need some OLAS, but only if you want to participate in staking. You don't need to be able to run these agents. Then I'm going to share a different screen. Let me go back to where we were. And then hopefully I get this right. Okay, so what I'm sharing right now is a terminal. where I have been running one of these agents. In this case, what you're seeing here is a report on this particular prediction agent activity. So this agent is staked. You can see here that it has provided a security deposit of 10 OLAS and an agent bond of 10 OLAS, so in total 20 OLAS. It has right now accrued rewards of 0.65 OLAS, and the level of activity that then makes this agent to qualify as an active agent, so it will have passed the test of the proof of active agent, is that it should have placed 41 requests to the researchers agents that we saw earlier. So those agents that have intelligence about the markets and will answer questions with respect to those markets. In this case, this agent had passed the threshold activity because it has 41 calls to these researcher agents. Then here is telling me what is the return on investment on markets that have been closed, so markets for which we already know an answer, an official answer, and where the trader agent plays a trade. So in this case, it's minus 11% the return on investment. This looks at trades over the last 3 days. If I look at a bigger time frame, then the ROI will be positive, and I'm going to show this in a moment. And right now, the status of this machine stopped, so the agent is not working. Then let me just quickly run here. This a similar report that looks at the return on investment of the agent over a longer time frame. In this case, is over the last 6 weeks. And then here we can see for the markets that are closed, for which we already know an official answer. Actually, the return is positive in this case. And in particular, this corresponds to 101 trades that were placed by the trader agent autonomously, right? Obviously, if this will be a human, it's very difficult that a human will participate in those many markets. When the quantities actually that we are talking about, the total investment for these markets was around 31 extra. Okay, so now if you would follow the instructions of the repository that I shared earlier, then it will tell you that every time that you want to run your agent, you should always try to get the latest version of the code. So this is what I'm doing now. Hit full origin. It seems I'm fine and I'm in the main branch. So right now I just have to do run service. So this is the script that will run the agent, and then here we see now the script doing its work. So these agents need to be declared on chain, and this is what the now the script is ensuring that this agent is in the right state, deployed state. We get the answer that that is the case, and then the next step is to see whether this agent is participating on a staking program where it gets yield because of doing the activity of the program. And in this case, this agent is participating, corresponds to service 219, and it continues doing this staking. Then it checks a balance of different addresses that belong to this service and agent that they need to be funded in order to participate in the and being able to communicate and write to the Gnosis chain. Right now, ask for a password, which hopefully we will remember. And then it will create a couple of Docker containers. corresponding to the trader agent, and a tendermint container that every Autonolas service in the background has a tendermint node to allow, when the service is composed of multiple agents, for these agents to achieve consensus. And yeah, the service is now running. Then, if okay, let me do this. Since the agent just started, now it will need a couple of minutes in order to place the first request to the researcher agents, which is what I have here. Trying to capture that event. So right now, the agent has already interacted with this with the researcher agent and has requested a tool that the agent thinks for the given market that has chosen will be the tool that can bring the best prediction. There are many tools, and in this case, this tool is called Prediction Online. Now, what is happening is that the researcher agent will interact with some machine learning model, and then have a question that has been created by the trader agent on a given market, and then get an answer to that question. Then what I can do, because this can take a few minutes, let me just quickly show you some previous example of this. For that, I need to use a different agent, because these systems are stateless, and they don't need to retain the information from previous runs. So I'm going to go to a different one. I'm going to copy this. Okay. And then quickly I will share the other terminal. Here it is. Okay. So this is a different agent. In this case, this agent was running a couple of days ago. And the agent, in this case, selected a tool from the researcher agent called Prediction Request Rack Load. Again, this is in the end, what it does is to call a machine learning model with a given question, and then the machine learning model will make an inference, and from this inference, then we get here some response in return. So we don't know what the market is, but what we can see here is that the probability for being yes, the answer to that question according to this model was 0.4. The probability for no was obviously 1 minus 0.4, so 0.6. And then there are other elements here, utility and confidence, also values between 0 and 1, that the trader agent will use to then make a calculation and decide whether it places a market or not. And then the bet amount that the agent was considering to place here is this one, but this one needs to be divided by 10 to the power 18. And in this case, the agent decided that this market, and given this answer from the researcher, was not profitable, and then it didn't bet on it. But then we have this other example here. Let me see if I get it right. Yes, it was the previous call actually by the same agent using the same tool again. In this case, we had probability 0.4, 0.6, utility 0.8, 0.7. But in this case, the agent made the decision that this market was profitable, and then bought some prediction in there. Okay, so I'm going to quickly look at the previous one, whether it has already got a result. Not yet. So yeah, I think I'm going to wait a few more minutes to get a response from the agent that we are running now live. But yeah, that will be it from my side.
Maybe in the meantime, I can ask you a few questions. And also, if anyone out there has a question for David that they'd like to ask, you can simply ask that in the chat if you're on YouTube or if you're on Discord. But yeah, David, well, let me just back up even further. So for anyone who might not understand why prediction markets are important, of course, people can speculate on arbitrary outcomes, but prediction markets it allows people to speculate on any event. So that could be an election, that could be a geopolitical event, that could be any macro event that's out there that has any sort of uncertainty around it, which is anything in the near future, right? So in a world of increasing complexity, a prediction market allows people to really source some information from the crowd. So it's like the hive mind. And in a world of increasing complexity, it's harder and harder to manage that complexity. And a prediction market can allow people to navigate complexity with greater efficiency. It's kind of like the long and short of it. Is that a fair summary, David?
Yeah, that's a fair summary. And prediction markets, in theory, from the perspective of game theory and the perspective of economics, do make sense. And obviously, we haven't seen them in reality being very something that people use. And we believe that with agents getting the human out of the equation as much as possible, then we can potentially make these prediction markets a reality for more people, and being useful for DAOs, companies, anyone who wants to gather, as you were saying, the intelligence of the crowd. But yeah, I believe we are innovating here, and we think this will make a lot of sense. And yeah, we're taking the first steps with autonomous agents.
On one of your screens, you showed that the markets that your AI agents were participating in had low liquidity. So basically, maybe like 10 XDAI or something like that. So agents are a good fit because they don't really care about the amount of XDAI that they're going to win if they're correct in predicting the outcome of that event. But a human's not going to be interested in 10 XDAI. That's not really enough of an incentive to participate in that market. So that's also why agents are a good fit, and they can simultaneously participate in many markets at the same time. So that 10 XDAI could be 100 XDAI over 10 markets, basically, right?
Yeah, exactly. For an agent, as long as there is a return on investment that it makes sense for the operator of the agent, then the game is on. And for that, we don't need to have markets that have a lot of liquidity. And so with these agents, and with all the progress that we are witnessing with LLMs, then one could envisage a near future where for certain segments of markets, we could be training models and creating data so that we can get even better models and then have predictions that are accurate enough so that these markets can be a reality with different agents having different functions. And and then building machine learning models that really capture the intricacies of these market segments and can be used to make predictions. So yeah, it's a new world that we are envisioning, and this is the first step with the markets that right now it's markets that actually no one is interested in. It's mostly for fine-tuning all the mechanics that we have. But the idea is that once this is a bit more developed, then certain communities will harness them to for questions that they are really interested in.
Yeah, and the applications are broad. The opposite end of the spectrum for prediction markets, where on one side you have like macro events that people are speculating on. You could have micro prediction markets, which is something that Vitalik has talked about, where you have AI agents that are competing against each other about like the content of a Twitter post or something like that, where they can help weed out misinformation. I don't know if you read that post by Vitalik where he talked about prediction markets. And I guess micro prediction markets does that also mean that there's like micro liquidity, or what would make a prediction market micro?
Yeah, my understanding is that it will not necessarily need to have huge liquidity, and that it will be based on having enough participants to get a prediction that is accurate enough. And if we have agents that running them is very cheap, and their cost for participating in prediction markets is also low, then we don't need to have necessarily questions where everyone is interested in for these prediction markets and prediction economies to make sense. And in the end, it could be just machines talking to other machines because they need to get something sorted out, and that in the end will produce an outcome for a human, but about which the human is completely oblivious.
Yeah, I have one quick question about AI agents who participate in these prediction markets. So obviously the agent is incentivized to produce a profit, right? But if over time that agent proves to not perform well, can the Autonolas DAO like take that agent offline, or what happens to that agent? How would you train that agent to improve, or you know it just seems like in a world where AI agents are competing against each other, they're going to get better and better. But like, what's the Schelling point, or what's the singularity there, where theoretically all agents become extremely efficient? So how does an agent outperform another agent in that scenario?
So what I'm picturing is a situation where we have agents that are particularized and specialized to certain types of markets. So even if we will have, say, 1 million agents in prediction markets, they will not be all of them participating in the same markets, because for that we will need to have huge liquidities, and we are alluding to the fact that actually for agents that are cheap to run, that's not necessary in order to have a successful prediction economy. So if we don't have all the agents of the world participating in the same markets, then the competition will be less fierce. And obviously, we need economics here for in order for things to make sense. And if a certain agent is not performing well, then at the end of the day, it will be shut down by its operator. And then only the agents that do better will continue running, because no one is going to be running them at a loss. And then the other side of the coin is that whoever wants to have a prediction on the market will be paying for those, right? And be providing that liquidity. And if the predictions are good enough, then that entity will accept losing that liquidity. So not every agent that is participating in the prediction economy needs to make a gain. Obviously, the trader agents, they need to make a gain because that's their nature. But those agents that are creating the markets, they can run at a loss, because actually what they want to obtain, their entity behind those agents, is accurate predictions, and they pay for them.
Cool. Well, let me just check YouTube and Discord here for any questions. David, if your prediction is finished and you want to share that, I think we can go ahead and do that, and then I think wrap up the call.
Yeah.
If there's any
Actually, the prediction is not finished yet. Yeah, I need to see what's happening there. It's running things live. It sometimes happens. But yeah, I don't have a prediction yet. Sometimes takes longer. I don't know. Maybe a different reason now.
And in terms of compute and the future of compute, how does Autonolas think through that? Like, are you going to work with protocols that are offering decentralized compute? There's a few that come to mind. I know there's a number of them that are launching in the near future. The idea being that one of the main bottlenecks right now for AI is the access to cheap compute. So do you think we're headed towards a future where compute will become cheaper and that will be able to scale AI, or will it continue to be a kind of intractable problem?
Yeah, this is a good question for which I don't have an answer. What we are witnessing with this new paradigm of autonomous agents is a different type of software, not necessarily based on very intensive compute, but it's a paradigm where we as a human, we give a goal to the autonomous agent, and then these autonomous agents achieve that goal and return outcomes to the humans with minimal human intervention. And whether that needs intense compute, well, that will depend on the nature of the task. But yeah, this is where particular my focus is right now, and less on the fact that we have now these LLMs, how they are trained, and how how intensive the in terms of computer training is, and data hungry too. Yeah, that's something that right now I leave others to sort out.
Yeah, regardless of how long it's going to take us to get there, I believe that humanity at some point will be able to scale AI, and I think we can both agree that AI as a general purpose technology has a lot of promise and potential to impact society for the better. so long as it's co-owned and decentralized. So
Yeah, that's why we are here. Yeah, indeed.
yeah, and that is why we are such huge fans of Autonolas. We love what you're doing, and David, thank you so much for making the time to come on and talk with us. Do you have any closing remarks or any events or further links that you'd like to share with us?
Uh, yeah, just making sure that everyone understands that running these trader agents is really easy. It's going to become easier with the new things that we have in the pipeline. And yeah, it's we are still very early, and it's a very good moment to start interacting with this technology and learn about autonomous agents.
I also just want to let everyone know that the Autonolas community, the OLAS DAO, is very active, and please jump into the Autonolas Discord, and if you're curious about participating in governance, that's the best way to jump in. Obviously, you could read the white paper, but yeah, it's a great community, so I encourage everyone to check it out. David, thanks again for making the time, and we will talk to you soon. The next AI call will be next month, in the month of June. It always happens on the second Wednesday of each month, so look out for that, and take care, everyone. Thank you so much for making the time, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.